Welcome back to another LinuxGameCast Weekly, the show that covers the latest Linux gaming news, reviews, how-tos, and most importantly, whatever the hell else we come up with. I'm Vin, that's my man up north, Jordan Swing, together with you, Shadow Realm Dynamic, helping us form the man with two canes, aka Cocaine Voltron. Tonight, plenty to talk about.
Two canes, no stability.
I don't think I could pull off a cane. Like, if I needed a cane, it wouldn't bother me at all, but like,
I would want to get like a nice like skull cane.
Yeah.
Maybe one with a sword in it.
Like if I ever get to the point where I need a cane for mobility, 100%. You know, it'll be a skull cane with a sword in it, but I'll have a tennis ball on the end of it.
No, just a tennis ball at the end of the cane, like one of those old walkers. Yeah.
I was thinking about, for whatever reason, this got in my mind earlier this week. Like, what would be the most powerful like weapon that you could think of? And this is what came to my mind: a stick, not a poo stick, but a stick with a Mega Man 2 spike at the end of it.
See, I thought you were gonna be like, what is the most powerful weapon in old people gladiator fights when they're like like doing the Ben-Hur races on their little rascals,
right?
Trying to like knock each other off.
Quit making up shit I want to watch.
Hey, if you want to see that, you just go to work in a retirement home for like
probably
3 to 6 months. Yeah, you'll see that shit.
Gonna be unhinged. Man, gaming related type stuff we got for you. And I'll give you one, because I've been talking about it past couple of weeks, plugging in USB instead of going wireless on my Xbox controller. It's been working, playing Silksong. I got to the top. I'm not spoiling anything, but I summited Mount Saint bullshit. Everybody.
So there's a Celeste segment of Silksong?
There's a lot of Celeste segments.
Okay.
Silksong, dude. It took me 2 evenings, and admittedly, I'm only getting like 15, 30 minutes in the afternoons to fuck around with it, but I got there. Here's the thing, though.
Everyone is saying that game is kicking their ass, man.
It is not a casual game. It is not a game for casual people. Hollow Knight teetered on the edge there of like, you know.
Hollow Knight will ease you into it. I guess Silksong is running with the expectation that you have played Hollow Knight already.
And we're good at it. Yeah. Let's talk about this Xbox 360 for one last time, because it's been plugged in. I try to unplug it, but typically it just stays plugged in because like it's late when I get in here. Like, okay, I want to play a little Silksong. All right, I gotta go to bed, and I just leave it. Past couple of times when we come in the studio, cut everything on, fan's going up. You know, when a fan's getting ready to go on you, when you power it up, it goes wrong. You're like, oh hell. I got a bunch of fans in the system, and I'm like, it sounds like it's coming from the top. It's going to be one of the radiator.
Fan,
yeah. I assumed it was going to be one of the fans that were not a Nocto fan. And I'm like, maybe it'll go away. We'll just ignore the problem, Jordan. You know, that'll fix it. Sometimes it does.
That's what my doctor says.
Yeah. And every now and then it was doing it. This has been going on for like maybe a week and a half. I was finally paying enough attention to figure out that whether or not I heard the fan burr noise was whether or not this damn controller was sitting on a pad or directly on the desk.
Oh.
Because when you power it powers up the rumble thing for 1 second.
Oh.
And it was going like that. And I'm like, oh, really? Really? Okay. But when I had it on like one of these leather pads, it didn't make enough vibration.
Yeah, it's not enough contact on the table.
Yeah. I'm glad we got that sorted before I had the radiator out.
Yeah, but before you fully disassembled your computer, reassemble it, still happens. You're like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, you get to dodge tech bullets like that every now and then. And you're like, all right, I'll take that.
Sometimes, though, you're like me, and I'm like, no, I have the wrong Bluetooth receiver, and I have the wrong firmware.
Yeah, but we'll power through it. You just plug it back in, whatever. I was telling Jordan about it. I'm not going to go into any detail, but I'll show you. I'll show pictures of my new Bluetooth speaker. I'll tell you why that's important. In a couple of weeks, I'm reviewing a Bluetooth speaker. If you want to go find out why it's important, go listen to the pre-show if you're a patron.
Network-based audio solutions for your party.
Like Jordan had a good point. He's like, at least it's got Ethernet in it. Why would an Ethernet port be on the back of a Bluetooth speaker? Well, stay tuned. Stay tuned. Another thing I'm really excited about, Jordan, and I have not had a chance to even open the packaging, is I got this little big green box. We were talking about the little green box earlier. This is a big green box or larger green box. single board computer, 8-core. But Jordan, this is a Qualcomm.
Okay.
And this is called the Dragon Q6.
Not the Snapdragon, just the Dragon.
The Dragon with a Qualcomm from the makers of Snapdragon.
And his name was Trojan!
And yeah, maybe this thing's like really fast or not. There's no information on it because it's like not even remotely out yet.
One of those Asus Snapdragon laptops made its way onto the auction site I follow. And it's already at $300, and I'm like,
$5.
Oh yeah, that's where I'm debating. I'm debating if I'm gonna like lock it in for $5 because like I do want one.
You do want one, but it's also kind of like to play with too, right?
Yeah, maybe one day it will be my daily driver, but like yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't fault you. Like I would I was like I'd spend up to $500 on that.
Right, yeah, it's the same sort of thing where you get if there's like an M1 or something on there, you're like, yeah, you know, if I can get it for cheap,
why not?
I'll go for it. But like, yeah.
I was surprised, man. The piece of equipment that blew up on me last week. I talked about that in the Interfacing Linux podcast. Go give that a listen. You can find out where it's at. The company was just a little too quick, Jordan, to be like, oh, we'll just send you another one. Don't worry about it. Which kind of worried me.
That's like, oh, yeah, known failure. Okay. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, here's a detail. Here's my speculation on why. And you're like, we'll just send you. That was it. It was like, don't worry, we'll have another one to you ASAP.
Yeah.
Bye.
No follow-up. Just.
Yeah. I don't know. How about you, man? You've been watching, you finished the Batman. Now you're on to be Battlestar Gate Galactica. No, just Battlestar.
Yeah, beats, bears, Battlestar Galactica, as Dwight Schrute says. Yeah, no, we, the wife and I, we finished up Batman, and I'm like, all right, well, what do you want to watch next? And she says, I've never seen Battlestar Galactica. And I went, okay, that's a fun ride. So,
okay, two questions.
Yeah.
Is she into it?
So far, yes.
How long did that take? When was she like, all right, I'm sold?
Once Starbucks showed up.
That was pretty early.
Yeah. Yeah, the bit where they're playing the poker game and Ty is giving her shit and he's just like, and she's just like, how is your wife doing, drunkie? Still divorcing you?
I have not given it the rewatch.
Oh my god. Watching it through the beginning with like full dramatic irony of I know where all the twists are. It's just like, oh, I can't say shit. I
okay.
Yeah. I can ask leading questions, but like I can't say anything because I'm like, well, what do you think about this? Let me draw your attention to this thing for a second.
I wonder if it's on Amazon Prime.
I don't know. I'm watching my DVD rips on ye old Jellyfin.
Nice.
Yeah, no, but I mentioned in the previous super shows, but I'll say it again just because it's really fucking funny. It's like the second episode after it's the second episode after the miniseries and after like the series proper starts.
Yeah.
We're like Sharon Boomer, she like wakes up
and that
comes to completely soaking wet. It's like, where am I? What the fuck's happening? She has a gym bag inside. It's like, oh, there's a towel. That's good. Oh, there's a dry set of clothes. That's good. What's under that? An armed explosive.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well let's disarm that. All right, let's try off. Put it back. Like
no,
everything's been fine. Yeah. Walks to the armory, gets inside, opens up the briefcase with all the explosives. They're all fucking missing. And like, I was watching this and I'm like, my god, if they just had like a fucking kazoo and like a slide whistle, yeah, like just a slight change in soundtrack, and this would be the funniest fucking shit ever.
What if they had like the what was the gopher?
Yeah,
the turn around like,
yeah. Yeah. No, it's just so good. It's like every time she's like, okay, I'm in the clear. Oh no, it got worse.
I really hope you're having a good time and that keeps it doesn't fall apart, because that's something I'm looking forward to rewatching.
Yeah, I feel like Battlestar was really able to hold it together through most of the series up until the very end. I know people were like midway through, like end of season 2, end of season or beginning of season 3. Yeah. Yeah. Things I think people were upset because it was going on at the same time Lost was, and the Lost people were clearly just making shit up. And everyone's like, "Oh, the Battlestar people are also doing the same thing."
The Lost people did a really good job at making shit up right until the end.
See, and like, I can't speak for that because I never watched Lost. She and I have also never watched Lost, so I think that's like also on our radar of like going through. And again, like,
Lost is something I never thought I'd be into until I didn't even like start until series 2, and then I was like,
well, and we were talking about it. I'm like, going week to week on Battlestar was fucking nuts, man. Like sometimes,
yeah,
especially early on when the question of who is still a Cylon is like at the forefront of everyone's mind, man.
It's hard to pull that off these days because, like, yeah, some things still release week to week, but not enough people. Because we even talk about this. Is like, oh, I'm going to wait till it finishes.
Yeah, well, that's literally me with Alien Earth right now.
Yeah, right. And so, like, the pool of people that you'd normally talk to about, like, yeah, we're all watching this, like, that's kind of dissipated.
That was like prime water cooler TV era with like Heroes and Chuck and
Heroes. Remember that? That was a thing for a minute, dude.
That was a great first season of television, and then
what happened?
The writer's strike is what happened. Yeah.
All right. Cool, man. Yeah. Cool. Looking forward to it. What else? Yeah, let's just go ahead and jump into it, man. We got a bunch of...
Speaking of jumping into the Steam! Update! I got you.
You did. You win.
All right. Yeah, it's a bit of a jump scare. Speaking of, there's a new SteamOS client update. If you're on the Steam Deck, you get a lovely Simon and Garfunkel song every time you start your Steam Deck. Not quite. It's more... the volume will remain at the level you have it set when you unplug your headphones. That is a big one because if you're playing in bed next to your partner or whatever, you're trying to like put stuff away, you pull your headphones out, and then bloop, wakes everyone the fuck up. Not a really fun surprise. There's a bunch of fixes in here for the Legion Go and the ROG Ally as well. They added some firmware support for one of their controllers. I don't remember which because I'm not looking at the story right now.
All right.
And
here's the thing, though. Imagine being in in the bed next to your partner while you're using your Lenovo Legion Go while using controllers in detached FPS mode.
Yeah.
How does that work? I want to see that, man.
Well, so you need the Virtual Boy thing that Nintendo is releasing, so you can put that on your face while you're lying in bed.
Do you have like the Legion Go, like your knees like buckled up, sitting over here, and you're I want to see it. I need to see it.
I think it involves a sex wedge. Whatever it does, you need like a big, firm triangular pillow, and I think you're good.
When they talked about better Bluetooth wake up support, I was curious, man. And Jordan,
yeah, I saw you put in the show notes like curious about that. I'm like, me too. Does it work? And so I grabbed the DualShock 4 controller out of the den upstairs, and I brought it to the bedroom where my Steam Deck is.
Yeah.
And yeah, I paired it, and I put the deck to sleep, and the controller went off, and then I hit the power button on the controller, and the Steam Deck woke up. So that works.
All right. I was kind of theorizing, everybody, like maybe if you just have a docked deck,
yeah,
like that would be very handy to.
That was when I was looking into the feature, because I'm like, what does this actually do? It's just like, oh yeah, you wake up whenever the paired Bluetooth device wakes up. And yeah, most people complaining were like, I want to use my Steam Deck as like a TV box or like a TV console. This is the one thing that's stopping me from doing it because I have to like stand up and go hit the power button on the Steam Deck to turn it on. Now you can just turn on your controller, and it boots up.
Just SSH.
Dude, I literally almost got into an altercation today because there was some dude on like a fucking a motorized unicycle on the sidewalk who wouldn't fucking get off the sidewalk.
I want to try to ride one of those now.
Okay.
I have no illusions that I'll succeed. And yeah, Vulture points out there's one or two security fixes in this.
A few, yeah.
A couple of CVEs going back for a minute, but hopefully you don't keep a lot of personal, I guess.
Yeah.
Outside of your PayPal account, credit card, and, just little things like that.
I mean, your credit card maybe, because like, you store the token for your credit card on your Steam account.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And you hate it when, well, I with PayPal for me, because I don't put my credit card in there. But yeah, when you go to click to buy a game and it doesn't immediately just buy you the game, you're like, oh no, I got to go find my two. What's this one tattoo? And you got to go do that dance and find it, punch it in, email. And all right, cool. Good updates. More Steam Deck coming up with Baldur's Gate. But first, I want to talk about Valve Hammer 40K. And this comes from Polygon.
In the grim future of the 42nd millennium, there are only games.
The Steam user just got an achievement, because apparently you can get an achievement for owning 40,000 games.
Yeah, they have those badges that were like, your account is however many years old, and so on and so forth.
I've seen the badges, and like maybe it gave you like, you bought your first game, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. I did not know that it kept going. You looked up the dollar digits.
So they in the article here, they actually give you the amount. The dude has 40,000 games. The value, so they say, because this article from Polygon is basically, links to all this are in our show notes, is basically just creeping on this guy's Steam profile. Let's be real. This is 100% just like online stalker shit. But they ran their account against the online unplayed game value calculator. And while this guy does play some games, the total value of unplayed games adds up to about $241,524 US. In case any of you guys are thinking of taking a crack at getting this Steam achievement yourself. Also, you gotta own some really, really, really questionable games, including one that a self-proclaimed lawyer claimed was just straight up fraud. Yeah, I don't know. Spending money for the sake of spending money is a little strange to me, but if you really want it, if you really want that,
they're chasing achievements, man. Like, and when you hear about that, and you're like, well, okay, you know, maybe coincidence, and maybe it is a coincidence. Maybe guys is like, I buy a couple of games a day. That's what I do. Chilling out. What do you do? I buy 10 games every 12 hours. Yeah, it's not a problem. I can quit anytime I want, man.
Yeah.
What I didn't know about was that there's a letterboard for this. Like, this exists. Like, this is people
Speaking
are going
of Dwight Schrute
at it, man.
Oh, and they're donating to this shit too, so they got money to spend, is what I'm hearing.
Dude, okay. He is in first place currently with 40K, but Ian is right behind him right now with 39.5K, followed up by
is that a photo of a child?
Who? What?
Ian Brandon Anderson.
No, it's
an anime photo. Shit. Okay, all right. Yeah. It's Brock from Pokemon. I couldn't see through the return video. I'm like, is this a small child in a suit? Is this some like really wealthy like fucking billionaire's son?
Yeah,
who's
right.
Just given a credit card.
He's just like, I just get up in the morning, make the button go.
Yeah, he just does like a photo of himself on the fucking No. Yeah,
it's pretty wild, man. And it made me think, like, where would you draw the line? Like, not with like total amount of money spent, but like, how many Twitch games would you consider to be too many Twitch games? Because I think I'm not in a very strange boat. I have over 1,000 games on Steam.
Yeah,
and with
but
Steam
like,
accounts being as old as they are, I don't think that's unusual.
And so part of that too is like a lot of those games either came from you bought them at one point because you intended to play them and you just never got around to it. Or they came in a bundle with a bunch of other games. You weren't really like accumulating them for the sake of like having a large library of Steam games that you can just look at.
No.
And like, I will say that I have an achievement system as well. And I will give you an achievement for every $10 you give me. And if you give me $40,000, you'll get the super cool achievement. It's going to cost you way less than getting the $40,000 achievement from Steam.
All right, we got to take another look at these badges then. 40, 39, there's a badge for 36, one for 35, 34. Where does it start getting sad? Oh, these poor people with only 22,000 games. What are you even trying, bro?
Well, at least it's not, our Patreon member, Not a Duck, is not on the list.
20K, how I mean, I guess it keeps going. Oh man, Scrubs 19K. Down at 19K.
I don't know if there's even like, these are official badges or if they are just like, the fiction of the rankings here.
Well, here's the Steam store with the badges.
Oh, well, then never fucking mind. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Ignore me.
I mean, hey man, if it works for you, like, long as it's not impacting your life, what you do with your money, man, like, go for it. I mean, you can't take it with you, and that applies double to your
Steam games. Yeah. Literally, we've been over this. You cannot will your Steam games to other people. Once you die, that's it. Your account is dead.
Let's dial it all the way back to the Nintendo Wii. I remember the Wii launch. I remember not being able, no one could get one.
I remember having Wii controllers launched at me at one point.
I was introduced to a Wii at a bar. A buddy of mine bought one. He's like, hey, come play tennis on the projector. And I'm like, sure. And I did. Yes. And it was all right. I think it was really the only time I've ever like really played around with the Wii. And they were a big hit, but they immediately got like, man, the shovelware on the Nintendo Wii. You think it's bad? Like, so many great games.
It's definitely worse now on the Switch store.
It is?
Oh, yes.
Oh, man. Well, one game that came out on the Wii that had its own issues, but it was a Sonic game, and it looks like that was the only place that I could find that it was released. Maybe I just missed it everywhere else.
This was in that weird era before Sonic games were showing up on non-Nintendo consoles after the death of Dreamcast.
Right.
But yeah, this is Project Reignition, which is a complete reimplementation and just complete redo of Sonic and the Golden Rings, which was the first Sonic game released for the Nintendo Wii. You might be more familiar with the sequel Sonic and the Black Knight. But this one was in the this is the first chapter of the storybook saga, as they call it. It's done in Godot. They have the entire thing on their GitHub. You can download it, launches. I will say, and this is, it's not a Godot thing, it is an SDL2 thing, but like, it's the weird moon future where I can start up a game outside of Steam, start my Bluetooth controller, and the game is like, oh, you plugged in a controller, cool, I'm gonna let you control the controller. Like, I don't know, like that's still new and insane to me. But the Linux version of this will do that. And yeah, you can basically pick every level from the beginning to Skeleton Dome. And I picked one to test it out. I picked a level right in the middle. I'm like, yeah, no, I definitely should have started at the beginning of the game. I have no idea what the fuck is happening here. It's like, oh, they expect you to like actually know how to play the game at this point. Can't just jump in here, do you? But it's a little choppy, but I mean, it's pretty feature complete as far as I can tell.
Well, I mean, you got a pretty okay powered system too.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean, it's just a little baby 7800 XT with a Ryzen 3700.
Yeah,
or 3900, I should say.
A little choppy.
little choppy.
You might not be able to play this on your N100 netbook, right?
I mean, you might. I wonder if it just runs as bad on my system as it does on everything else. Like, it's not horrible. The frame rate is fine. It's just like, and also, I haven't played any Wii games recently, so I don't know if Wii games just kind of ran like that, to be honest.
Now, I wonder if the gaming mechanic of writing on a bullet, or a missile, I should say, I guess this came out before Bayonetta, because this was an entire stage in Bayonetta.
Yeah, but it was also like a map in Unreal Tournament, right? They had like the Redeemer, Strangelove mods and stuff where you're riding around on missiles.
Yeah, you run around, collect rings. Yeah.
It's a Sonic game. It's basically the entire fucking game too, so you can download it for free. It's about a gig total in downloads, and yeah. They
got a GitHub page. You can go play around with it, pop in, do your thing, and
I think they added some additional content to it as well.
Yeah, he's working on like the graphics. This guy's in like graduate school, and he's like, the responsible thing would not to be stay up all night working. He's like, but guess who's staying up all night? I'm like, more power to you, man.
but guess who's real high on amphetamines right now?
Let's go. Let's get it done. The mapped controllers. They worked on like the dude worked on like getting like some of the core. Apparently, the story wasn't like put together very well, so he's like smoothed that out. The motion controls are all on buttons now, which is good. And like all the skills that you would need or like the reasonable ones have been enabled automatically. So that'll get rid of like the original like bad motion controls and the repetitive music and wacky level progression that people didn't apparently like, or at least he did not. Demos, every mission, yeah, like Jordan said, Sand Oasis, Skeleton Dome and all that. Native controller support, keyboard, Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, Steam Deck, you name it, needs optimization. But my favorite thing for this was just knowing it's done in Godot. Like somebody is because I'd never heard of it. Had you ever heard of this game?
I have.
Okay.
Yeah. But like I also was friends with a bunch of weirdo Sonic fans, so
Sonic's got a fan base, man. It's got a regular fan base, and it's got the fan base.
Autistic people mostly, but yes.
Don't worry, it's not an exclusive. Everybody's invited to like Sonic, though.
Yeah, no, you just got to take some Tylenol. He'll be good.
I remember, man, like Sonic was a big thing. My Mega Drive did not have mine had Altered Beast. I had to get Sonic. That was apparently that is a very valuable like box.
The Altered Beast box?
No, the Sonic. The retail version of Sonic, because it became the pack-in game.
Oh, so like there wasn't really a lot of them out there.
Yeah, nobody bought Sonic, dude. And
I guess it would be like finding the box to like Mario Duck Hunt, right? Like does that thing even exist?
Right, like a retail box will like to buy that individually. Yeah,
you have to buy Mario and Duck Hunt separately.
You would today.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Balatro, you played Balatro. No, you've looked at it.
I have dodged Balatro.
Oh, you have dodged it.
I have. There's like a big bunch of those, like a big wave of those like poker, gambling, roulette games that came out in like very quick succession. There's like there's Buckshot Roulette. There was a few others.
Yeah.
And I haven't gotten to them yet, but like I'm one of those people who like I started playing Midnight Suns. That game came out in like 2019 or some shit. So like I will get to it when I get to it.
My current addiction is not this. Got it.
Yeah, but this is a not a full port of Balatro, but the
demake.
Guy wanted to get the rules and the look smashed down into a Game Boy Advance compatible package. And yeah, like you can play the game.
I wonder if this is affiliated in any way.
Not at all. Don't sue us, Local Thunk. Please don't send Ben Star after me to kill me. I beg you. Don't make him eat that banana. Stop making eye contact with me. But yeah, it's all the rules and all the cards are fully implemented. There's no tutorials or anything. They're like, if you want to learn how to play, here's the fucking wiki. Go learn.
Yeah.
And this is kind of just a proof of concept to see if the guy could do it, and it's pretty neat.
I love stuff like this because I like the retro feel, and I also like the challenge of like trying to shove a modern game into like a smaller system and doing it well, not like some of the craptastic Game Boy.
Actually, like translating the mechanisms and like getting it to actually feel like the thing.
Finding a way to like at least bring the spirit of the game over, right? And it looks like they did a good job in this, but the most entertaining thing from this, man, in Balatro, I still don't know how it's played. I've watched casually, like 2 different people play it because it was just people I had on in the background, and I'd stop. And sometimes I do that with a stream if I'm watching, and I'm like, try to decrypt what's going on, especially with like a puzzle or a card type game. Like, can I just figure out by what's going on screen how this is played? Never like lock that one, and I could look it up or like play the game, and like it would tell me how to do it at the beginning. But people seem to have a good time with it. Now, there is a link on the GitHub page to a Windows "How do I get this compiled" video. All right, how do you build the project? You got to go read the comments section. It is magical of people not being able to figure out where the download section is because they just want the Game Boy GBA file, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't, the stupid, smelly nerds, I just need an executable.
Yeah, just got to right click, save the GitHub page. Yeah, I was looking through the build instructions too, and they're like, yes, you got to use DevKit Pro Pac-Man. And I'm like, what the fuck is DevKit Pro Pac-Man?
I didn't Google it. I'm glad you did.
We have Arch Linux wherever. It's basically a portable version of the AUR, and it's using that for package management. So like, you can set it up on Fedora, you can set it up on Windows, and it will use the AUR to actually like.
That's one of those things you'd never heard of, but you probably won't hear about it again. Yeah,
well, it's like there are a ton of these dependency resolution systems out there. The NixOS package manager is another one of these solutions where it is like a standalone thing that you can use for your build system to like handle installing packages and dependencies.
Gotta pull one out from Nix, dude. Did you see what happened with Nix?
No, what happened with Nix?
Their entire moderation team just pieced out on it.
What happened?
I don't know. I didn't get that far. I got to the headline, and I'm like, oh, no, that just links directly to the forums. And they're like, we're out.
Okay.
I'm like, okay.
That's but yeah, so But yeah, so apparently, no matter what, you got to use Arch Linux to build this thing, even if you're on a non-Arch Linux system.
I'm watching the Windows video, so I can go read the like. There's multiple comments of people like, I just didn't.
That like installs an Arch Docker container and like runs it in there.
They're just all caps. I just want the download, and the guy's like, I pinned the comment at the top comment that tells you it's on the page, and like, or is it? We got to. Okay, maybe because it doesn't say downloads. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, so if you go to releases, like what like I guess they don't have like a
okay. Here's what's going to throw people off. I guarantee you. If we scroll down, is it going to be? Yep, there we go. That will throw people off. The triangle.
Oh, and they even have a fucking GBA file.
No, it's right there. It tells people like this is where it's at. I'm trying to think. Maybe they don't see releases, and I know the drop down will throw people off because even sometimes I forget. I'm like, where? Oh, right.
Yeah.
Got to click
that. And it doesn't help when GitHub fucking changes their UI once every couple of years to like move where that is too.
You know, I've forgotten what the old one looked like at this point.
Yeah, which is great because you'll be seeing this in a year when they switch out the UI again.
It was pretty drastic, but I've gotten used to things. I don't like an extra step between me and getting to forks.
I'm a little cheesed with GitLab's new UI because it tries to compress a bunch of stuff, and now the buttons aren't where they're used to be.
I don't hit GitLab enough to like when I do hit it, I'm just like, I gotta figure. I'm still in that mode with it. I'm like, I just got to sort it with it. So
I got a hot swap between GitHub and GitLab, so that's an extra level.
That sounds fun.
Yeah,
not as fun as a native version of Baldur's Gate 3.
Kinda. Yeah, if you're on the Steam Deck, you can get it on non-Steam Deck systems. There's just another couple hoops you got to jump through. But yeah, it turns out that a developer at Larian was a little tired of the less than stellar performance on the Steam Deck, and it was running fine for what it was. I never it never ran great, but it was like always playable. They worked on getting a native Linux version working for the Steam Deck and only for the Steam Deck. And like, I get it.
How big is
if you want to enable it, you just basically have to go into the settings and switch the compatibility tool to use a Steam runtime as opposed to a Proton runtime, and you're basically good to go. I will say though, it does reset all of the settings stuff. So it brings in your save. So I tried this out on my Steam Deck. And what ended up happening was it pulled my save file, but it completely reset my preferences. So basically even though I'm like midway through, I'm basically at the end of Act 2, it's like, here's all the tutorials for the UI. You need to know how to play this game. And I'm like, great. But it works fine. I did not notice any real performance improvements, regressions, although I would actually be interested to see the battery comparison. I did not get a chance to do that myself. Basically just running Baldur's Gate 3, letting it die, and then switching to the native version and letting the system die and see how long that takes.
My man's over here asking the real question is like, listen, this is my Baldur's Gate 3 machine.
Yeah, well, at the moment it's my Midnight Sun machine, but like, it can do multiple things. It's a multitasking computer. Yeah, but I don't know. Larian has produced good performing Linux ports before. The Divinity Original Sin 1 port was great. It was using OpenGL. And yeah, hopefully they could be persuaded to open the gates of Baldur and let us just run this natively. It's not like a huge performance increase, but it is substantial.
I mean, it is there, man. I went digging around. There'll be a link to Flightless Mango benchmark deals, and you get about overall FPS average, about 17 more frames per second on the native build, slightly higher GPU utilization on the native build. So it's actually using the GPU more, and a little less CPU. Way higher average GPU clock, though. I mean, like, noticeably. That's frame stability. Where is the
frames are definitely more frame stability is definitely a lot better in the native version.
Yeah, the GPU clock went from like 2200 to like 2800 under native, so got a big jump there. Which everybody, this was kind of the dream, at least in my head. The fanfic that I wrote, that eventually developers, some developers at least, would be interested in squeezing out that extra bit of performance, because Proton definitely has an overhead, but our systems are so beastly. Even our low-end systems are so beastly. It's negligible. We don't even notice it. You know, if you're taking like a 5 to 8% performance hit, you're still going to power through it. It's not going to make or break your ability.
I mean, if it's 5 to 8%, right? Like,
yeah, like I'm just throwing numbers out there, and in some cases it'll end up running better under Proton.
Mm-hmm.
It still just might take a little more horsepower to do it, but it might alleviate other issues like frame stuttering and you name it. So yeah, I'd like to see more people, more studios exploring Linux native builds, just to feed back into the environment. But I did think it was kind of interesting, Jordan. Like, very clearly, Larian says, by the way, Larian does not provide support for the Linux platform, yo.
Which I get, it's fair.
Yeah. I get what, everybody understands what they're saying. Like, just
we don't want the added support burden. If you get it working, right? We're not going to stop you, but like, don't ask us for help, right?
I think that's the right way to approach it.
Yeah.
With, and you see that a lot with like commercial software. Like, it works with this distro version, this driver version. Call up, ask for support. We're going to ask you those two things. If that's not in step, they hang up on you, man.
Mm.
Yeah, like I feel that.
Well, and again, this is where stuff like the Steam runtime is really handy, because then you're targeting that and not a specific like platform, which makes that a lot easier.
I wonder what the adoption is going to be like, because especially if you just bought this as like a pickup play around, console, are you even at the point now to where you would like change compatibility mode? Like, I don't want to mess with it. It's already running.
I think some people would like not mess with it. And like, again, the game runs fine on Proton, on the Steam Deck. I think it's more people, there is a subset of Steam Deck users who definitely want to get the most out of their Steam Deck and will share the performance profiles and will look for options that will improve Steam Deck performance. So like, yeah, I think it's kind of like somewhere in the middle.
Norse Ranger, you bring up a good thing. Forgot to give that a mention. Steve, not that Steve, the other Steve, Gamers Nexus Steve, they're adding, he's working with Wendell to add like Linux to their GPU benchmarks.
That's good.
That's progress, man.
Yeah,
a lot of people
like
watch it.
that has always been kind of a pain point of like extrapolating, performance benchmark for this. But what does this mean on Linux, right?
Even I ran into that like this week because I've been doing a deep dive in Red Hat documentation, because I was like, this is a source, man. This is where I need to start reading for like stress NG and the differences between stress testing and load testing on CPU, GPU, and like the correct ways to generate that and how to spool up whatever, and like all system. Yeah, coming up with my own system for that. So yeah, that stuff's fascinating to me. Wish him the best. Good job, Larian. We love you. Make Baldur's Gate 0.
They're not doing any more Baldur's Gate stuff. They said their next game is going to be one of their IPs. I'm hoping for a sci-fi game, honestly.
I still remember an interview with John Carmack saying our next game will not have a rocket launcher in it. He was wrong.
I think in this case that's pretty final. The WotC has
licensing.
Licensing. They've actually spun up their own internal studio for like developing D&D games now. For like video
Dark
games.
Alliance 2, here we go.
Oh, dude, yeah, bodes super well. But we could go. Speaking of 2000 era gaming,
Carnage, man. Carnage. I posted this on social media earlier this week, man, of a intro video that because it was a pre-rendered video. As we're talking about a DOS game in a minute, that like that was the developer's intended vision. Like, if graphics were good enough, this is how it would look, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was that time where like the pre-rendered cutscene had nothing to do with it, what the game actually looked like. It was just imagination.
Well, at least it wasn't the era of like the art on the game box has nothing to do with the actual game itself. Okay,
so Atari, Nintendo, Super Nintendo.
Yes, Super Nintendo. There was that one where it's like the hillbilly on the rocking chair, and it's a shoot 'em up.
Yeah, Mega Drive. When did we? Well, okay, yeah. By the time we got to CD based, some NES games had screenshots on the back, though, didn't they?
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I think once we got to CD-ROM games, we were dealing with the what is that game on the ATI Radeon box? I want to play that one.
Yeah, right. That was a different time. I'm talking about Carmageddon, man. I watched the intro to video to that. And it looks so manky. I loved it. Hadn't seen that video in probably 20 plus years. And I want to bring it up because there's been an update to Deathrace, which is the open source reimplementation of the engine that they were able to pull off because one of the Carmageddon CDs, like the Max Pack 2, whatever, had a bunch of header files accidentally left on it. Debugging, and they were like, oh, hang on. So they've been hammering away, hacking at it. And good God, this reminded me, I had a flashback to probably like 3 or 4 years ago where I streamed the original Tomb Raider using the
the open source implementation, yeah.
And I started out trying to use like the default keyboard, and like, man, those were just fever dreams. Like default keyboard mapping for 3D games, like back in the 90s, just made no logical sense whatsoever, dude.
Oh, there was like no standardization either. Sometimes it was tank controls. Sometimes it was like their own fucking shit too.
It was just like
I think Tomb Raider was tank controls, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was kind of like that. And then I lasted like 3 minutes into that, and I'm like thinking the entire time, like I could play this back in, like I was competent in that game on a keyboard back in the day. But I also had
like my kingdom for an analog stick,
dude. Carmageddon, if you don't know about it, it was like there was some controversy about it back in the day, like no joke. Racing game, 3D, DOS, but you get points for like running over pedestrians, and like it's like GTA violence, right? And you get like bonus things, like if you smash people into walls, you get like an artistic impression bonus and all that. And it's all about like you get points for like running people over, and pretty tame by today's standards. But I had a special place because I had this game. Well, I had my friend's game because he'd bought it on CD-ROM, and I played it and he played it. And something I saw when I was doing a little research on this is that they are putting a lot of work into getting it originally had IPX networking built into it. And that was like one of our fantasies back in
Carmageddon over the network.
We could play with each other, but it was impossible because we didn't have PCs. Back then, children, you had the family PC, which cost thousands of dollars. And there was no level of convincing or talking to transplant that to your friend's house to play a video game. Wasn't going to happen. But they did a good job with this. Getting it set up, building it's pretty easy. You take the execute. I think there's an executable you can just download. You just drop it on top of the top level of the CD-ROM directory. You don't have to install it or bother with it, extracting anything. And it just, boop. It's right next to the AOL folder because the CD came with AOL.
Did it come with an AOL demo with like 30 free minutes or whatever?
Yeah. 100% it's in there.
Can you cache that in still?
I wanted to try to open it with wine. I just didn't have time. This release, it adds the original 3DFX rendering paths because like that might be good for game preservation. People wanted to play on a system with 3DFX card, which you could. And
apparently there's some drama with the DG Voodoo people now too. Like
I read that, and the guy was just like, I read through that thread over on Lutris, right?
Yeah,
because we're like, it's drama. And I was like, this guy's not being unhinged about it or anything. He's like, I just don't want it anymore. And like, okay, cool. But I tried this with the demo, and I tried this with the official max damage version, which I checked out at the local library. I recommend for like looking for ancient games like this. You know what library I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yeah. And
the public library.
Yeah, the internet public library.
Your local public library.
Yeah, that one. Dude, this would be interesting once I get the online networking bits, because like the game loop still holds up. Like the driving is okay. And
so what is the multiplayer? Is it just like deathmatch, or is it like
it's a race.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a set amount of laps around a city, right?
Mm-hmm.
Twisted Metal type racing.
Okay, yeah.
So combat racing. Yeah.
Mario Kart.
Exactly. And instead of like turtle shells, you try to run over pedestrians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like that one guy in the local grocery store parking lot this week.
Definitely like Mario Kart 5. I don't know. I played like the original Mario Kart on SNES, as far as I got, man. Yeah, uses SDL2. I don't have anything negative to say about it. Real easy to get up.
They have a couple more fixes for this version. The music starts what the game does now. Also, if you're a fellow Polish sausage, you have Polish localization now. So
I was just reminded how bright the Verge page is.
it's very bright.
Yeah.
Blinded me with science. Yeah, so I guess we're done with regular gaming news. Now let's talk about gaming adjacent news. Twitch Rewind. They're announcing that you can rewind videos if you are a Twitch Prime member.
The future.
A Twitch Prime member. Yeah. So they're finally catching up to one of the better features of YouTube streaming. As long as you are as long as you're paying them the good bucks. But yeah, if you're a Twitch Turbo, you can get access to this, and just rewind the stream. You missed the first 5 minutes of it, you can go back and watch it. That was always the thing that like YouTube has had that's implemented for a while, and it's great because like sometimes I will like see XYZ is streaming, and they'll be in the middle of it and be like, well, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Having the ability to sort of rewind and watch it at my own pace was always kind of nice.
I could see all sides of it. Yeah, this feels like a weird one because like the limited rollout. Dan Clancy, the CEO of Twitch, he's like, well, it might interfere with advertising and people could get around.
Oh, okay, you can't fuck with that at all.
No. I mean, so I'm guessing it does that right now. That's why it's only available to Turbo and
right.
subs. They're like, well, you're not getting the ads anyway, so let's see whether or not it works.
You're already paying us, so you can get the nice feature.
I pay for Twitch Turbo. It's great if you want to keep live streams on in the background and you don't want like buy Domino's pizza popping up every 30 seconds. Really great for it. If you've ever scrubbed through a Twitch VOD, that's not a good experience. It is slow. It takes a minute to like get over here, and like there's no preview window. None of the niceties that you're used to.
No thumbnail or anything.
Nothing. You're just ballparking it, like pecking at it. And you wait, and then it'll come up. This is that, but slower. It does function. I don't know if it's really an unpopular opinion, Jordan, but I think about it. Like even with YouTube even maintains the option in the dashboard for live streams to disable the ability to rewind. Like that's still there. I don't know if this is going to be probably not an option that you'll have like in your dashboard, but I understand why it could be an option because I'm going to miss like a little bit of the urgency that Twitch having really that last holdout of you got to catch it live, without the rewind function. Now they're adding it. I don't have a problem with them adding it, but because that just makes things a lot more convenient. But I think there was something too, like coming up with like plans or like a schedule just to catch an event. And
I think if you're gonna have that, then make the streams ephemeral. They just go away after you're done. Like it's a one-time thing. You're never gonna see this again because like the VOD's gonna be available. People are gonna like chop it up and post it on YouTube.
Like reruns. Like I'll catch a rerun.
Yeah, I don't know. I never like the whole notion of like having to schedule my day around, XYZ is starting there, and if I want to catch it, I have to like clear my schedule. I think like I think that's literally the reason why like Netflix killed basically conventional television, right? Like
I think it has definitely fed into our like always on demand culture.
Yes,
I want what I want right now, and
for sure.
I do miss that commute. What we were talking about earlier, like cooler talk.
The water cooler.
Yeah, like having that group of people of like, we're all together to watch that. It doesn't bother me in any way, but yeah, I think it's weird. But here's the thing: a lot of Twitch streamers, like medium, even small stream, it's relatively easy to do. We've even done it. Are simulcasting to YouTube already. So they are getting the muscle memory and learning how to deal with something you deal with when you're doing a live stream that people can rewind. And that's being asked about, hey, man, that thing you did 6 hours ago that you have no idea, man. You have no idea. You're like, wait, what? You'll get questions like that. They're like, or they're reacting to stuff that you did in the past. They've already developed those muscles.
That's definitely more of a viewer problem, though. That is viewers not understanding how time works.
Well, I mean, you want to be nice to people. Like that's why I'm like, maybe that, because if they have an option to like enable or disable, I think that's good. Because some people, like, I don't like that. Now, fortunately, the stuff that we do is like usually like an hour long, so it's not a big deal. Like if you just showed up and you're like,
maybe splitting the difference of like you can only chat if you're following the live version. Otherwise, if you're on the
I don't know if I'd want to do that to them.
Well, I mean, you can still read chat or whatever as it's like coming up.
Yeah.
Like, you can't participate unless you're like at the end.
Then I'll switch over to live. Then I'll ask him the question, Jordan. I'm hacker bad.
Sure. Yeah. Go do that.
I mean, nothing to get strung out about my people, but if it's an option, it'll be rolling out to people. Like
it's an improvement. I think it's a good play.
It'll come in handy.
Maybe I will actually start watching more stuff on Twitch, because that's kind of the reason why I don't. Is like if I can wait until
like
someone posts it on YouTube and watch it at my own
like the pre-recorded, like boom boom, watch it. Like, and me, I'm the exact opposite. Like I said, there's always two sides to this.
Again, it's more like especially like for background noise and stuff.
Yeah.
I like the ability to pause and come back to it and like not lose anything.
I'm the exact opposite. I'm like, I want something that's interesting enough that I can walk away from, and it'll just maintain that noise. And maybe when I walk by it, sometimes like, oh, something's pretty cool going on. But I don't know, dude. I don't know. Everybody's got their own taste. So yeah, rock and roll with it. One last bit before we get out of here is a site that started in 1998 that I just happened to be checking. I went to LinuxGames.com earlier today. Just I was like, has anybody done anything? Because the guy who owned it closed it down a long time ago, and no drama or anything. He's like, I don't want to run. I'm like, cool. But he didn't do anything with a domain name. He just held on to it. And allegedly the guy passed away, which I thought was suspect. Anyway.
He died, and then Juan Smith showed up.
Yeah,
who looks suspiciously similar, except he has a mustache and
goatee.
Yeah, and he wears glasses, so he's a completely different guy.
Says yeah a lot. Weird guy. I went to LinuxGames.
Hello, my name is Guy Incognito.
Yeah, LinuxGames.com. It's still not there. Now, when you do that, Firefox is going to be like, "Did you mean www?" And I'm like, "No." But I'm going to try it anyway. And I did. And lo and behold.
Super Ducks. Ducks Heart. They're different games? What?
I'm like, what the absolute hell is this? And, well, if you read through I don't want to say written by AI, but definitely autocorrect.
Run through a GPT at some point?
Yes. Grammar correct GPT in full effect right here. It's kind of back. I didn't have time to go to the web archive and see exactly when this popped up. This could be a couple of months ago, but yeah, they're going to be coming back to talk about the golden era of Linux gaming and the platform.
Was there a golden era?
And not really. I was there, man. We didn't have shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, back in the day, back when things were good. You mean today, when we have Proton and you can play any game you want on Linux.
You want to talk about playing Doom and Quake and XBill and
what build of Open Arena do you want to reminisce about?
This is way before Open Arena existed, dude.
Okay,
but enough. Open source like old racers and stuff like that. I don't know. It's back on the menu, so I'm gonna quit watching the domain name like a vulture. You're like, I wouldn't mind having LinuxGames.com, but yeah, there you go. Blast from the past. Before we get out of here, though, a little bit of hate mail from last week when Jordan accidentally.
I'm learning more and more about our new anime overlords and the actual nature of their existence. Well, so Will writes in, and they say, "Hey, of course VTubers are people.
Now,
they're just playing a character." I'll get to that.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, HoloLive is a top agency for VTubers focused on chatting, gaming, singing, dancing, and idle activities. Chrono Gear is based on Kronos' lore, with lots of references to real event silliness that has happened. Hollow has always invited fan projects using the IP. Some games like Hollow Cure got big, but the creators can't monetize it, so Hollow Live started Hollow Indie. Hollow and Die. That's what I read it as originally. Hollow and Die, to make a path for creators to efficiently license and publish games. Yeah, and that part I did know about, that they have a fairly permissive fan license for their games. You can monetize stuff. I guess my point of confusion more was like, I was always unclear on is there like a one-to-one mapping of individual VTubers to humans, or is there like Chronai is several people that are adopting that persona and they can replace whoever is behind them, but the character in the front is the same?
Because that works the other way though, dude. You could flip that. It could be one person doing multiple characters.
Right. But like, I guess my point is like, was it more like the characters come first and then they cast people to like be the characters, or do people come up with their own personas, submit them, and then they get promoted based on whether or not the company thinks they're going to do well? Like,
the one thing I learned, like, this was like one of a couple of comments going much deeper into this on our
all of the YouTube comments last week were all the VTube stands are coming out of the woodwork. Hello.
Everybody's being polite about it. Nobody's being mean. They were like, let me explain this to you. And I'm like, that's more than I ever thought about doing, but yeah, cool. Yeah, VTube.
VTube, be an anime, for real.
So do you think they're people?
I think there are people involved.
How long until there's not people involved?
I think that's already the case. There are AI VTubers already.
Like, but I guess what I'm saying is like, what do we get the Turing tuber
Turing
just
tube
blown apart, where it's just like, oh yeah, here, let me double click on Turing.
If we have the Turing complete Alan Turing VTuber, I think then we've gone like full Ouroboros and consumed our own tail here.
All right.
See, Alan's Neurosama is the most popular AI VTuber, so yes, they do exist.
All right. That's cool. Like, I guess, would you even call, who was it? The lady who's been doing the motion rigging capture stuff that was early on. Can't remember her name. She's done a lot of work with somebody will like pop up that name. She's cool. Like the tech that she's like worked with and demoed, I've paid attention to that, but the actual watching, something about like the human element. Like I've tuned into like the avatars moving around talking.
I think it's kayfabe, right? It's like wrestling. If you're willing to like suspend your disbelief and embrace the hyper reality, I think that is what separates like the VTube enjoyer from like the.
I think it's a lot for like personality, like the sparky energy, or just the ones I've had, even like looking like sorting through games. I've ran into this with like Silksong. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll try this out, and I'm like, oh, well, way too much thirst energy in that for me, man.
I've definitely seen some horny people because they got hot booby drawings. And
not looking for that.
They're jiggling.
I'm like,
now, to be fair, if I had a giant pair of tits, I would also be jiggling them all the time. So I don't blame.
Something for everybody is out there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for this week. You want to leave us a message, you know how to do it. LinuxGameCast.com. There's a contact button. No reply at LinuxGameCast.com, or just leave a YouTube comment or a post on the Patreon page, patreon.com/LinuxGameCast. Come check out all the awesome electronical stuff I get up to over at interfacinglinux.com. Also have a YouTube channel. Trying to make a little bit of a difference. You've got a forum over there. You can come chat. And I'm working on a couple of really fun projects right now. More than I can do, but we're going to try to get them done one at a time and share them with everybody. Getting to test Linux on some things, man. Things that ain't even out, but they will be soon. And I'll be ready day one for once of like, hey, should I buy this? And I can go, well, maybe you should or shouldn't.
Perhaps.
There you go. So, on that Bluetooth speaker, let's cue the music. Find us right here over at Twitch, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturdays, pre super shows and kicking off 30 minutes before that. Live in the Discord. Come say hi over there, and we'll say hi back. You want to get in touch with me? I'm just Vinstone everywhere. Just do a search on the internet. All my social media is linked between LinuxGameCast and Interfacing Linux on the channels. You'll find it. I'm there. Hi, Internet. How you doing?
It's me, your favorite anime waifu, Jordan. Follow me on Mastodon at Frojo at mast.linuxgamecast.com or on Blue Sky at frojo@bsky.social.
What about, I'll be a VTuber. You know what? If I could find like...
You're just going to be like two concentric circles? Like,
yes.
Yeah.
If I could find like some stomach... Okay, I would have no problem. Listeners, to be clear, if it was like some like weeby-ass, chibi squeak, like, just let me do it in my voice. As long as it got the eye movements right, like being moderately irritated, I'd do that in a heartbeat. Yeah. Would you? Yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with it.
I don't know. Like, what would be your like preferred chibi anime form if you wanted to go for like maximum dissonance between like your personality versus like the physical presentation?
You see, the easy thing is just like some like anime type bullshit, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. We'll have to think on it. We'll talk about it in the after shows and stay tuned. Let's roll some credits.
Watch the full version. Sometimes we post them on YouTube. Oh, so dirty.
I had to Google what a dirty soda was.
I don't know what a dirty soda is.
I didn't until this week, man.
Is it? We'll figure that out later. We gotta thank our lovely executive producers, or our advisors first. We got Arthur and then our executive producers, Barbara, Scott, Atomic, 1234, Drummer, and Thatargos. We got our little Nicky fans, Eggy, Empty, Basil, and we got our sea monsters: John, Dirty Dean, Angel, Dementor, System T, RL, Rider X Machina, Nemo, Laverda, Nuda, Truggy Paul, and Mike.
Death Notes, Redsky, Oil of Hope, Chad, Romero, Martin, Renee, Leonardo, Kim, Chris, Jill, Sheeps, and Steve's. And look at the
Speaking of Deathrace, I fell asleep on Steve's couch watching Deathrace.
Deathrace?
The original Deathrace. I thought you 2000.
Said Deathrace. Send in, Johnny, Libra players, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Hope you had a fun time. See you next go around. Get out there, go make something, go have some fun, put some Linux on some things, put some Linux on you. Just don't tell anybody. You know,
rub it into your skin.
Become penguin tubers, however it works out.
P-tubers. Wait, no, that's different. Never mind.
No, whole different childhood. Till next time. 9 to 5. See you next week.
Don't you want to watch my P-tube?
Yeah, there's no positive. Like, I was like, but that couldn't, like, no, that couldn't be anything else, could it?
No, it's straight up calf.
Yep. P-tubers, yep. What about, could you be foot tuber?
5 dudes.